Hey everyone, it's Skiesti. Despite popular belief, climbing as Mercy in lower ranks is possible, and I'm going to show you how. A lot of people have been approaching me saying they're struggling to climb as Mercy in low ranks and that it's impossible. But it's actually not impossible. If you ask most people, they'll tell you to just swap off Mercy, and while that can make things easier, you don't have to. Now it's time for some tough love and hard truths. This advice only works if you're willing to admit that it's not solely your team's fault. And you might be asking, why should I listen to you? Well, I have over 6,000 hours on Mercy, I know I have a problem. I've been consistently Grandmaster or top 500 since 2017 and have peaked rank 12 support in Overwatch 1 and rank 9 in Overwatch 2. The key to climbing is to change your mindset about competitive and Mercy. The general rules of competitive I encourage others to keep in mind are: 1. You can't control what anyone else is doing, so stop focusing on it. You're only going to end up distracting yourself from what you should be doing. 2. With that in mind, stop blaming other people because it just won't help you. 3. Stop fixating on your rank. Instead, focus on improving your gameplay, playing consistently, and you'll climb. Focusing on your rank just ends up holding you back. 4. Understand that you can always improve. It doesn't matter who you are, you can always improve and find mistakes in your gameplay. Your favorite streamers and Overwatch League pro players make mistakes and can improve, so yes, you can too. If you don't know how to find your mistakes, watch your gameplay back in the replays, and I promise you'll find things. 5. Be okay with losing. No one is ever going to always win. Losing happens, and so do losing streaks, and they feel terrible, but try to make peace with that, and know that there will be setbacks as you work on improving to climb. 6. Take breaks. If you're feeling frustrated or upset, take a break and come back later. You'll feel much better, because sitting there and forcing yourself to play when you're frustrated is only going to result in more loss. Moving on, there's plenty of things you need to change about the way you think about Mercy. Before we get into it, check your Mercy settings. If you're not sure what things do or the best settings to use, follow my settings guide to be able to have the most control when playing the hero. 1. Temper your expectations. In lower ranks, you won't be getting consistent damage boost ticks when you're using your blue beam. Don't expect your teammates to be playing as well or as consistently as someone in Grandmaster or top 500 streams you watch. And just because you don't hear a damage boost tick for a few seconds on someone doesn't mean they don't still need you or it won't have value eventually. 2. Pocketing isn't just about damage boosts. Pocketing someone and alternating damage boost and healing when necessary lets your allies keep or take space so they don't have to hunt health packs and have a reliable form of support. 3. Be more effective. Being more effective with your beam means you should be paying attention to which teammates have a better sightline, are playing more aggressive, are taking angles, have better range, are performing better, or catching when teammates are using key abilities or ultimates. Use these things to determine which allies to help regardless of if they're a DPS, tank, or even your second support. And when to maximize your effectiveness instead of just saying, oh, my DPS aren't hitting their shots, so I guess I just lose. I've done many unranked GMs in the past, solo queue Mercy only, and in the one I did for Overwatch 2, I believe I had around 3k damage amplified per 10 when I was in the lower ranks. There is damage to be found, you just have to be more thoughtful about it. If you need help being more effective, I'd recommend checking out my damage boost guide. 4. Have more trust in your second support. Let your other support show you they're capable of healing the tank because most of the time, they are. I'd always start to be worried about your tank if your second support is currently busy, walking back from spawn, or if your tank is about to take a lot of damage, or has around 1/3 health left and needs your help temporarily to stay alive. 5. Game sense is your greatest weapon. Pay attention to who is alive or dead on each team and who has more players in the fight. Know when and when not to res, which you can learn in my resurrection guide. Track ultimates from the enemy team and important abilities. Learn about and understand the concept of trading lives. What I mean by that is sometimes you'll find yourself in situations where you're already committed with an ally, away from the rest of your team, and if an enemy targets another ally, you won't be able to help them easily. So instead of going all the way back to help and leaving your first ally alone, it's better to let the second ally die and finish the fight out and potentially res them after if you win the fight. Get better at knowing when allies are about to take substantial damage to help them survive. Between fights, determine what you have to do for the upcoming fight to win it and prepare for that. And look around you. What is the enemy playing? Where are they positioning? What sightlines do they have? Learn flanks for different maps so you know where enemies can come from. Position outside of enemy sightlines and ping enemies when you see them so your team knows. 6. Stop listening to your team. We've all had teammates who beg for reses or yell at Mercy players for not healing them. Now I'm begging you to ignore them or even mute them if you're having a hard time ignoring them. Most Overwatch players don't know what they're talking about, and I promise you, you're going to have a lot more success more often playing Mercy the way you know you should be playing instead of caving in and listening to your team. And lastly, 7. Don't spread yourself too thin. This means that you need to stop thinking you need to do everyone's job on your team. Just do what you need to be doing and you'll find much more success. If you're enjoying the video, I stream every day except for Saturday over on Twitch and constantly post on various different social medias. Also, consider joining our Discord community. We'd love to see you there. Thank you, and back to the video. Additionally, here's a handful of general tips that should also help out. Play selfishly. You should value your life over your team in almost all situations. Positioning is key, so look to stay out of the enemy sightline and always have an escape route planned. Make sure you're using the environment for cover. Like we talked about earlier, be aware. Always be looking around for potential threats and position accordingly. Damage boost, damage boost, damage boost. If you're having a hard time with damage boost, switch your mouse buttons so that damage boost is on mouse 1, aka primary fire, and healing is on mouse 2, aka secondary fire. This will help you default to using damage boost and have to think to heal instead of thinking about when you can squeeze in damage boost. Try not to go for risky reses if you don't have to. Try to stay at max beam range. Don't make yourself an easy pick, and don't super jump against enemies that can punish you easily like hit scans. On a final note, you can climb playing only Mercy. I've proved it many times, but accept that sometimes you might have to be flexible and play something else. So the very last tip is learn when to swap off Mercy. Anyway, that's all for me for now. Let me know in the comments if this has been helpful to you, and if it hasn't, maybe come back at a later date. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.